Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's see. I don't know what is up with this light. It's a glare at the bottom of my screen. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. Maybe gotta do it. All right. So back for day 2 of It's Time to Fill Your Own Cup. Let's see. I didn't plug my laptop in last night. Do we got some juice? We got a little bit. Well, good morning, everyone. Day 2. So I'm here again. Day 2 of our 7-day community challenge of filling our own cup, self-love, self-discovery, sisterhood. I mean, I'm on my personal page, so guys, y'all can tap into. But, I really created this community for my friends out there, my ladies that are just giving the best parts of themselves away to everyone else and not making time for themselves. So I'm super excited because through this process, I created an affirmation card deck. And, again, it just took me creating this thing in Canva. And, y'all know I got my book and everything, but I reached out to my printer this morning, yesterday, and he wrote me back. And so I'm going to get some printed on cardstock. And so I'm excited to see, what they look like coming from the printer and everything. And, I just kind of want to talk about business a little bit. Let me see, where's the actual book at? So I am really loving this whole, AI thing, right? Because, so this is my book. This is my personal copy. I wrote my name here so I wouldn't sell this one by accident. But you guys, I created this cover myself. I published this book myself. I just had an idea. I'm a person I always love a good journal, good, how to self-help, something or other, and, this all just came from, my mind. I just, work sometimes just to support myself. I'm an only child. So for those of you that didn't know, I'm an only child. And a lot of times I just have to figure stuff out on my own. I do have a bunch of cousins and I absolutely love them and everything. But a lot of times I have to entertain myself. And, as an adult, I still do, sometimes I have an idea, and if I'm going to Amazon or Google or whatever and I can't find it, I'm probably going to build it myself, but yeah, this journal came to me. I created this cover art myself. Let's see who's here. Hey, Otika. Hey, we gotta get together, man. Send me a DM with your number. I'll call you after the live and we can catch up or whatever. See where everybody's at. But I'm just kind of rambling. Drop something in the comment if you have a question or want to talk about anything in particular. I created this space just so people could have a chance to come and fill their own cup. We always just so busy. And I was just kind of sharing about my personal journey with this book right here. So when I decided I wanted to start this challenge, I created some affirmation cards the other day. And let's see. Hey, Serena. So yeah, I created these affirmation cards. And so we're going to pick one this morning. But y'all, the thing is, I just want to encourage people to just show up. Because as you can see, some of them are blank. Some of them... Where my one is, I'm gonna pick one of the crazy ones this morning. Like this one right here, the printer ran out of ink, and so I still showed up. I had to hand write the rest of the affirmation in there with my ink pen because the printer ran out of ink. And I just still show up and I show these cards because this was my first, affirmation deck. And I just want to encourage you, whatever you got going on out there, just show up, whether it's a business thing you're working on, whether it is just you showing up at work, at a date, at, into the world, at an event. Just show up messy, man. Just show up messy, because you got to start. You just got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it started with this book, which led me to wanting to have this challenge because of stuff that I'm going through. I actually created the idea of fill your own cup in January, but then I got sick. I had a sinus infection, couldn't even talk, so I couldn't do the lives. I couldn't even talk, you know. And so it took all the way to now to really just launch this thing and hold space for everybody. And the day before that morning, when I was going to do my first live, basically yesterday morning, I created these affirmation cards to just kind of go along with us over the 7 days. And so when I went to go print them, at first it was weird because I didn't do it right. So it's like it's supposed to be a picture on one side. What is it? It's supposed to be like this, a picture on one side and then the affirmation on the other side. But the way that I had it, it came out like, you know, just all wrong. And so then what I had to figure out is how to change stuff around. So now I finally got it right. Let me see. So let's see. Is this one the right one? Let's see. I got some that are correct. Yeah, see, like I had to go and work on it some more. So then I got it where I got my picture on one side and I got my affirmation on the other side. And so, hey, Dakota, welcome, welcome. And so it took me the second try to get it, you know, like right like that. But then, like I said, when I did, I started running out of ink. So that's where it's starting to go. But then finally, you know, I get to a point where I get it right, but I still ain't get it right, so to speak. But I still showed up with it. And I'm going to share this affirmation with you guys today. So today is, I honor my rest, radiant. Is that supposed to be a T? Radiant. Let me see. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Look, see, that's what happened when your ink ran out. Oh, you know, it's supposed to be radiance. That's what it is. See, look. Okay, hold on. Let me fix it. See, look, I'm still showing up, though, even though my stuff is kind of messed up. Okay, here we go. I got it right, y'all. It is, I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. Okay, so see, I want y'all to see how it's all jacked up. I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. So with that, let's talk about that. Let's honor my rest, my radiance, and my resilience. So I feel like as, you know, the world's super women, sometimes we out here team no sleep because we got to get the business done. We got the deadline to do. We got, you know, the kids, whatever. We can't get nothing done because they driving us crazy. So you don't get your peace until like 3 a.m. or something. But we deserve rest, y'all. We deserve rest so that we can be radiant and resilient. And, you know, I just kind of choose those words because I feel like I'm a light. You know, that's what I like to say is that I'm a wealthy socialite. And I spell it social, L-I-G-H-T. Because I know that I have a light that, you remember that old song, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You know, I'm going to let my light shine. And even going to the point where I know sometimes when I walk into a room that, you know, the light in me disturbs the darkness in others. And so I'm at a point now in life where I own that. I know I vibrate really high with my frequency and I'm not going to shrink, you know. But what I can say is I have to recharge this light. Just like I have a ring light on my thing right now, this thing only got a shelf life for so long and that ain't going dark. So, you know, y'all that know me know I can go real dark sometimes, you know, because I had to go through a lot of darkness to get to this light. And that's on 100. So you better believe that your girl got the dark side. But I choose to be the light when I show up in this world. And say, I honor all of that. Yes, Dakota, I mean, you team work hard out here, girl. I see you in these streets, honey. And I know you're an entrepreneur. And then we not only have to run our own businesses, a lot of us carry other people, you know. I know, Dakota, you carry a whole media team for our favorite beard guy. Feel free to drop him a little plug in the chat. But then I know that you write articles, so you got your own business, and then you manage other people's stuff too, So I feel like that's a lot of us. We manage our own stuff, and then we're managing stuff for everybody else, So for us to continue to pour in their cups, we got to have a little something in our cup, and taking rest. Look, y'all see I got this big old cup. I made sure I brought my big cup today, y'all. Because some of us need a little bit more filling than others sometimes, So take time, and I'm going to read it again for you guys. I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. So to continue to be radiant, to continue to be resilient, you guys got to rest, And so let's just talk about rest. So rest doesn't always mean sleep. Sleep is great. I love it. I love sleep. That's why I set this time at 10 o'clock, because I am not a morning person. I have tried them 5 a.m. Call for the winners. I can't do it. It's just not my thing. But around 9:30, 10 o'clock, that's my natural time where I'm like, kind of awake. Y'all can get, a portion of the real me. Usually probably about 12 noon I'm on. But, I just think that rest could be just not doing. You might not be asleep, but rest could be just sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing. And for those of us that are busybodies, it's nothing like having a full day where you ain't got to be nowhere. You ain't got to do nothing for yourself or nobody else. You ain't got to call nobody. You ain't got to be on the Zoom. You ain't got to do nothing but what you want to do. And I love those days, and I love the amount of freedom I have over my life where I get to choose those days. I have the freedom to unschedule myself sometimes. And, I just think rest is not all just sleep, but rest could be sitting on your front porch watching the neighbors. Rest could be playing with your grandkids. Rest could be having lunch with your girlfriends, because that's what fills you up. And I know for me, I love being with people, but at this big age, because I'm 50 now, y'all, I am loving just being by my dang own self. I really am. I still am an extreme extrovert, but I love it. I love being by myself now. And I think, maybe I'm returning to my original self because I am an only child. I came into this world by myself, and I'm probably going to leave by myself. That's what I say to people sometimes. But yeah, but yet I still kind of had a desire to start this 7-day community challenge to bring us together as women. But like I said, I'm going live on my personal Facebook, so anybody can join this 7 days. Okay, so yes, Dakota is Dakota Vibe, you guys. The media manager for Rugged Evolution Beard Care and my own business ventures. Trust, I get my Zen time. Well, you didn't shout your business, your candles, your lovely candles. And you know what? I should have got with you before I did this thing, because I had been lighting the candle this week, and so I don't have one of your ones at my house, man, dog. But I do have one at my spa. I might see if I can go grab it before I end the week. So she just reminded me to light my candle over here, guys. So rest could be getting one of Dakota's candles and lighting it, and having a cup of tea. That could be rest, Have any of y'all been to the mountains? Do I have any mountain people here? I always felt like, I'm a beach girly, but for the past couple of months, I've been going to the mountains. In May, I had an opportunity to go to the Shenandoah National Park, and that was just really relaxing, and it was just beautiful. And then last month, I went to, where we go, Madison, Virginia. It was a Seven Oaks. It's a Seven Oaks retreat center, and that was up in the mountains as well. Now, I'm not a hiking kind of girly, but I definitely can say being in the mountains, the air just hit different. Just being able to go out and just seeing the mountains and the trees and being in nature, having your feet in the grass, just hitting reset sometimes, unplugging. Like, I had a little bit of Wi-Fi, but in the Shenandoah, I didn't really have Wi-Fi like that. So inside the lodge, like the main area, they had Wi-Fi, and I was able to, like, catch up on stuff. So I still was connected to the world, but for the bulk of the weekend, I really was present. I was not on my phone. I didn't, but luckily Spotify worked a little bit, so I was able to have some music in my cabin. So that was good. But I did download some stuff too, so I was thankful I did have some music to, that's something that brings me joy. I just love music, and so with that, I'm really developing a love for being in the mountains. So let's see. Let's go back to our affirmation one more time. I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. So radiance, let's talk about that again too. So for me, radiance, when I hear that word radiant, I think like beautiful, light. I don't really know what the definition is. I didn't look it up or nothing, but my own interpretation of radiance is just like shining bright like a diamond, like just showing up in the world and just emitting this good, just being beautiful, just providing light, providing goodness, just being just awesome, and for us to show up and be this bright light and be this beautiful thing, it's just so important that we have to rest. And so I just think about my own life, and I'm an educator, I'm a coach, I'm a business partner, I'm a family member, and sometimes it takes a little extra to let that little light shine, because some days you just don't feel like shining bright like a diamond. I mean, let's just keep it 100 here. We all family. We all sisters up in this thing. Let's just be vulnerable and transparent. It's not always easy to show up and shine. Okay, so let's see. Light your candle, hun. I've got some new candle making Zen classes coming soon with pink vibe spots. Stay connected. Oh wait, see more. Hold on. Let's see. What's the see more? Oh, it's a heart and a sunny face. Okay, yes. So you guys that don't know Dakota Vibe, please follow her on social media. Connect with her. She is the owner of the Pink Vibe Spot, and she makes these awesome candles. And she was a participant in my sustainability panel. And what's so great about Dakota, she has some flameless candles that if, say, you have a space where you cannot actually light with fire your candle, she does have some sustainable options for you to still bring beauty and fragrance to your space. So I would say definitely connect with her, and I'm definitely interested in taking one of your candle classes, because I think that's just something too. I love learning. That's something that I love so much, is just learning new skills and learning new things. And so yes, Dakota, I'm super excited about the candle class. And yes, radiance equals illuminating good energy vibes. Yes, illuminating good energy and vibes. I think that is definitely radiance in a nutshell. So we have to honor our rest so that we can be radiant. And then the other part is being resilient. So I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. And so resilient, for me, I look at that like my mom was a single parent. I never knew my dad. And, it was one of them things that's like, you gonna get what you got. And, what does they say? Use what you got till you get what you want. Well, sometimes you might not get what you want, but you still just got to use what you got. And I feel like it was one of those waste not, want not. And, I grew up in the era of MacGyver and Knight Rider, and so it's like I used to feel like my mom was like the female MacGyver, because, she could solve any situation, and we would figure it out, Jimmy rigging some stuff together to make it do what it do, and I just feel like even just kind of growing up, not necessarily having health insurance, is like Vaseline and Vicks Vapor Rub solved every ailment under the sun. I don't care what was wrong with you, girl. Put some Vaseline on it. Yeah, just put some Vicks Vapor Rub on it. I don't know about y'all. I'm a 70s baby, and I just tell you what, I feel like Vaseline solved almost every problem in the world. Almost. I say almost, but that's just my experience. But I just think about being resilient for me is just being able to just solve problems and still come up on top. Dealing with adversity and still coming up on top with a positive attitude. So that's something that I like to speak to in the mindset space is with being resilient. Sometimes things might not always go your way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. You get the power to choose. You can't control what other people do to you, and you can't control how other people treat you and what other people do. But what you can control is how you respond to it, how you react to it. You get to control your own outcome. And so, like that saying always says, when they give you when they give you the lemons, make lemonade. But, someone else took it a step further and said, well, when they give me lemons, I make a lemon meringue pie. So I mean, I like lemonade, but lemon meringue pie is a good option too, So I think that it's really up to you to take control of situations that you may always not necessarily feel like serve you, but it's up to you to determine the outcome, how you feel. And so that's one of the things that I think about all the time is I am going to be the thermostat and not the thermometer, because you don't always have to react to something. You may respond or, react, but it's how, it's not necessarily the thing, but it's the what, it's the how you respond. It's like what you do when you respond, and I think about a situation, that I had one W-2 job. Y'all know I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I like being free, but I do have one W-2 job. And, my supervisor kind of, got under my skin one day, and, I just kind of had a dialogue with him and ended up just leaving, and I thought to myself, I could have done this, I could have done that. Sis, our mom gave us the blueprint of resilience. Yes, that's right. Our moms gave us the blueprint of resilience. Yes. And I feel like my mom taught me, emotional intelligence. Like that's something we don't talk about a lot, but like just being in a situation and having a dialogue with somebody that is, superior to you, your supervisor or whatever, and being able to not necessarily snap off and get the sister girl neck rolling and, I'll, mess you up or whatever. And I just think about a situation and I just was kind of like, okay, well, you have a good day. And I got my stuff and I went home, And of course I was ruminating about it, but I'm just like, I could have knocked all that shit over up in there, punch him in his face, those are things I'm thinking in my head, but I ain't do none of that. But, I had my own action movie in my head, I'm an only child. My imagination runs wild sometimes, but, I still think about, I was able to maintain a level of control and just leave the situation. And, what I did was the following week, I had a meeting with him and another member of the management team. And we had a discussion about how I felt, and I understand that, you have to manage and it's a certain way you talk to people. And it's a certain way that I'm not going to accept you talking to me, And so we definitely had a dialogue about it. And our working relationship has been a lot better since I pulled him to the front of the congregation. And I didn't say the front of the congregation, but pulled him to the side with another member of management and said, hey, this is what happened. This is how I felt. And moving forward, this is what I'm going to accept and this is what I'm not going to accept. So I had an opportunity to like totally act up and no longer have that position because, my old mentality was like, I get another job, F them, I create my own job. I don't need them, but this particular employment source. I've been there for quite a while now. I actually like it. So I'm going to hold on to them little coins and be resilient until I'm not. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm going to be there until I'm not. I'm going to be here until I'm not. You know, so until I'm not, I'm gonna be resilient. So yeah, guys. So what else you got? Like I said, one more time, I honor my rest, radiance, and resilience. And since we are on the subject of a job and money, with my affirmation deck, because my book is focused on the self-love, self-discovery, but also money mindset and becoming a $1 billion boss babe. I have 2 sets of affirmations in my deck. I have some that are about the self-love that are in a cream color, but then I also have some related to money that are in a green color. And so today's money mindset affirmation is, I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. And that's one of my favorite affirmations that I like to say, is, I am happy, I am healthy, I am sexy, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am a money magnet. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly from unexpected places. And so I always just say, I am a money magnet. I am abundance, And so I just want to encourage all of you out there to go into today and have an abundant money mindset, because you are a money magnet and money can come to you easily and effortlessly, but you have to believe that. You have to embody the energy of being that money and, visualize yourself, whatever it is out there that you need or want, that you already have that thing. So I just want to remind everyone today to honor your rest, your radiance, and your resilience. And remember, you are a money magnet. So final thoughts for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you watch this in a replay, feel free to still drop your comments. Just want to remind everyone out there that, it's time for you to fill your own cup. Don't continue pouring out to everyone else and neglecting yourself. It's really important that you take time for you. You take time to breathe, take time to stretch. So one of the easiest things is just a neck roll. I just take time and do my neck roll. Ooh. So something as basic as taking a neck roll sometimes. And oh, that's your favorite affirmation? I am a money magnet. Because girl, we out here getting money. But yes. So yeah, I just encourage you to stretch. Maybe if you're starting to feel a little tension, do a neck roll. Make sure you're breathing. Just take time to really inhale. Just remember to breathe, you guys. And it's hot out there, so drink your water. It's July 1st, you guys. Welcome to the new month. Happy July, everybody. So drink your water, make sure you breathe, and make sure you rest. So until next time, I'll be back 10 o'clock tonight. And if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, drop them in the chat or send me a DM. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.